We are here for day 2 of workshop on Python and machine learning. On the request of the participants, we have pre-scheduled this today's event at 1:30. I would like to welcome Dr. Aman Sharma on behalf of team Bridging Futures. He has already joined on time in this workshop.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
I'm good, ma'am. How's you?
I'm good too. So are you ready for today's lecture?
Yes, ma'am.
So the best part is that all of the participants, they, as you can see on the chat box, they have practiced it. Yeah, this.
That's good to see that
Yeah,
students are keen to learn something new.
and excited to learn today's content as well. So they
Yes, ma'am.
have all joined on time.
What for statement? For statement? What do you mean by for statement? Okay.
Format.
Okay, format statement. So, like when you write F in front of any string, okay, so that means that string is not a normal string, that is a formatted string. What do you mean by formatted string? So formatted string means some portion of the string will be printed as it is, and the other portion within the curly braces will be placed with the value of the variable, because in the curly braces we write the variable name and that will be replaced with the value of the variable. So that is why it is a formatted string. I hope it's clear.
Okay, sir. Let's start the lecture. You can share your screen.
Okay, ma'am. So I will continue from where we left yesterday. So we have discussed about variables in the yesterday lecture. Then we discussed about operators. Then we discussed about conditional statement, if-else statement. Now we are switching to looping statement. Now what do you mean by looping statement? Whenever we have a block of code which we want to repeat, then we can use loops for repetition purpose. So there are two kinds of loops that are available in Python. In C and C++, there are other languages also. There are three kinds of loops, but particularly in Python, we have two different ways to use looping statement. Okay, so see, we have a for loop. So this is the syntax for loop. So for is a keyword followed by the iterating variable. Like for, is the screen visible to everybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I is a iterating variable and this in is a membership operator. Okay. So we are checking for I in, and this range is a function which is already defined function, and in between the range we are passing two arguments. This function has two arguments. Otherwise this function has three arguments, But here we are using two arguments. I will let you know that what is the meaning of these two arguments. First is from where you want to start the this increment procedure, increment or decrement. Okay, and second variable is the end, that is the last value. Okay, this range, like if I run this code, if let me run this code. Let me run it. Okay. If we see this code, what this code is doing, for is a keyword, I is a iterator variable. We are iterating using I. In range, so in is a membership operator. Then we have a range function 1 to 6, means the value of this iterator variable will start from 1. It will goes up to 6 minus 1, that is 5. So 6 is not included. It is up to 5. 1 will be included, but 6 will not be included. So it will go up to 5. So that is why print. So this is a format string. So 5 into this value of the iterator variable. So first value of the iterator variable will be 1. So I will be equal to 1 is equal to, so this is also in curly braces 5 into this iterated variable. So interpreter will solve this or replace the value of these two when it will print. So here I will be replaced with 1, the first value of the looping statement, and this 5 into 1 will be replaced with its value. That 5 into 1 will be 5. Then it will increment. So the loop, the first value of the I is 1, the second value will be 2. So in the second iteration, so the I will be replaced with 2, and here 5 into 2, that is 10. Similarly, in the next iteration, 5 into 3, 15. 5 into 4, 20. 5 into 5, 25. So this is how this looping statement will work. If I select this code again, and if I start it with 2, and if I change it to 10 comma 1, okay, so see, it will take first value of I as 2, second value of I as 3, up to 9, not 10. Okay, and the step count, so this third argument is a step count. First is a starting point, second is the ending point, and third is the step count. Okay, so here this I will be replaced with 2 in the first iteration, and in the second iteration when we have a one step count, means 2 will be replaced with 3. So that is why we have a 3. If I change this step count to 2, see here, first value of I is 2. Now the second value of I will be 4. The third value of I will be 6. And fourth value of I will be 8. Now if we further increment the value of I, so it will be 10, which is not acceptable as per the definition of the range function. Why? Because in the definition of the range function, this starting point, this is permissible. Its values allowed, but this is not permissible. The last value which is permissible is ending point value minus 1. Okay. Now if we further explore it, so let me give you one more example using this. So you can try these codes and you can change the values. Like if I only have one argument and no step count, see, by default it has taken 0 as the initial value and step count as 1. So by default range function, if you are not providing any initial value or any step count, by default it is taking initial value as 0 and step count as 1. So that is why I 0, and in the next iteration I value is replaced with 1. Okay. Now one more example. If I change this to 0 and this to minus 10, what will be the output? Can anybody guess the output? If I change this initial value to 0, final value to minus 10, and step count will be 2. Okay, so can anybody guess this value? No, it will not give error, but it will not display anything. Why? Because initial value is 0. Now if you increment 0 with 2, so 0 plus 2, 2. So next I value will be 2, but here we have given that it is incrementing in the direction of minus 10. So 0 to minus 10, 2 doesn't lie between 0 to minus 10. So it will not print anything. Okay. Yes, no output will be there. Is it clear to everybody? So this is about for loop. Now next kind of loop we have is a while loop. So what is difference between these two loops? If we see in for loop, we are providing that how many times it should run. So whenever we have a situation when we know that this many times the particular repetition or particular code should be repeated, then we can use for loop. But if we are not aware about that how many times we want the repetition, okay, just we have a condition, like for example, if I have a condition that until we get a remainder 0, we should keep on dividing the number. Okay, so if we only have a condition and we don't know how that after how many steps this particular condition will be satisfied, then we can use while loop. So while loop is used when we are not aware about the step count, that how many times it should run, and for loop will be used when we know exactly that how many steps we require. So see, in the syntax of a while loop, we only have a condition. We don't have any step counts. We are writing while as a keyword. We have initialized a variable count is equal to 1. So in this, we are checking the condition that count is less than equal to 5. And we are printing the value of count in the while loop, and every time we are incrementing the value of count. So count plus 1 is similar to, if we write count is equal to count plus 1. So count plus equal to 1 is same as count is equal to count plus 1. If we write this or we write this, it is same thing. Count plus 1 equal to count plus equal to 1. So if I execute this code, see, we are printing this value of count in every iteration. So first time its value will be 1. Now it is incremented. So its value will be, next time a loop will execute, condition will be checked. So now the value of count is 1. 1 is less than 5 in the first iteration. Okay. Print count. Count is equal to count plus 1. Now the count value is 2. Now again condition is checked. 2 less than equal to 5. Then print statement. This is how you will be printing all the count variables. Is it okay? Is it fine? Repetition cannot be more than 3 times. No, we can have repetitions any number of times. There is no condition on repetition. Okay. So can you explain why format string has been used here? This is an example where we can understand. Okay. See why we used format string. See, we want to print the table. So आप जब किसी पर्टिकुलर फॉर्मेट में कुछ प्रिंट करना चाहते हो, if you want to print something in a particular format, so you need a format string. Okay, because here format string is a combination of certain variables and some string. Okay, so here this 5 into this will be treated as string. This curly braces, this part in curly braces, it will be treated as variable. That is why we, in every iteration, we are replacing this content in the curly braces, that is I, with the value of I, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And here in curly braces, we are replacing in every iteration the value that will be computed 5 into I. So this is how we are actually printing the table of 5 using this formatted string. Is it clear to now? The whole number term in inverted comma is string. So which term? So this 5. You're asking about 5. So this complete is a string. This 5 to this.
Anything which is inside the quotes is string. Yes, sir?
Yes. That is why we have mentioned F in front of this string.
So, sir, what will happen if we remove this F from here? What will be the output?
So it is not formatted string now. So it will simply replace it as a string content only.
Okay.
So we will not get the variables.
We will not get the values of the variable. It will print as it is for 5 times.
Yeah.
But if we write F, then I's value, because it is changing inside the range.
Yeah.
So that will keep on changing like this. Yes.
Yes.
Now got it. I hope everyone has got it.
Is it clear to everybody? Yeah, I will explain the
Yes.
why. So for loop, we are providing the range that from where to start till what value we want this loop. Okay. When we have a fixed range or fixed like a value that this many times we want this iteration to happen, then we should use for loop. Okay. But when we only have a conditional statement, like we only know that this condition should be satisfied, and I don't know how many times this condition will be satisfied, so that is why I don't know exact count how many times this iteration will be there. So in that particular case, we can use while loop. So while loop will be used only if we have a condition and we don't know exactly the count, how many times the iteration should be done. Is it clear? Okay. So moving ahead. So we have break and continue. So there are two keywords which are many a times used with looping statements. So break and continue. Let me copy the code and let you know that how these two keywords work. So see, in this for n in range 1 to 11 means it will start from 1, it will goes up to 10. 11 minus 1, 10. So n will take values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, not 11. And why step count 1? Because by default the step count is 1. Unless or until we specifically mention that this is the step count, that comma 2 is the step count or 3 is the step count, any step count we can mention, but otherwise by default it is 1. So if n is equal to 7, so here we are checking. So see, so this is a comparison operator. So we are comparing if the value of n variable, the first value of the n variable is equal to 7. If it is equal to 7, then at that particular moment we should break. Break means we should exit the loop. Now we need not to continue checking other conditions. We should exit from the loop at this particular condition if this condition is satisfied. Okay. If this condition is not satisfied, then there is another if statement. If n modulus 2 is equal to 0, then we should skip the even part. So what we are checking, n modulus 2 will be equal to 0 when this condition will be satisfied, when the value of n will be even. So for even values of n, we will continue. Continue means we will skip those values. We will not consider those values. We will simply skip those values and we will continue with the further loop processing. Okay. So that is why see, here we are only printing values in the range 1 to 10 which are satisfying these two conditions. Okay, so here we got this 1, 3, 5, 7 is also a odd number. Okay, but here we are exiting the loop at the value 7. So that is why 7 is not printed, 9 is not printed. Only 1, 3 and 5 odd numbers are printed. Rest odd numbers are not printed because we have exit the loop as soon as this condition is satisfied. Is it clear to everybody that what is the use of break and continue statement? If there is no format string, what will be the output? Okay. Okay. Yeah. So let's move ahead. Let me execute the code. You can, along with me, you can execute the code in the collab sheet that I have shared during the yesterday lecture. So this first code is for I in range 1 to 6, print I, comma, and is equal to this. So see, here we have specifically mentioned. See, one more thing I should tell you, that we have a help function. So if we write any function name like range or print function name in help and then we execute it, so you will get the complete description of the function that you are using. So help function actually helps you to get the information about any function. So see here it is telling us that it is a built-in function, already defined function. It has all these arguments. So see, and is also one of the argument, and what these arguments are doing. Okay, so and string append after the last value. So like after the last value, so by default this value is new line. Otherwise you can insert any other space or any other star, anything after this. Okay, so like for range function you can also read it. So you can read what are the arguments: start, step, stop. So you can read about the range function also, or any other function that we have used so far or that you will be using in the in your projects or in your future work. Okay, so if we see this, if we write star over here, so if we rerun it, see it is after each iteration it is replacing it with star value. If we give simple space, double space here, so it will replace in between. If I give this slash n, see, so slash n is for new line. So see, all the numbers are printed in new line. Otherwise they were printed in the same line. Space, they were printed in the same line. You can, if you want to insert any hash in between, you can give hash. So see, 1 hash 2 hash 3. Okay, then loop through list. So list we have not covered so far. I will be explaining it. Okay, so looping using enumerator. So this I have not explained you yet. This we can skip. Okay, so this is while loop. See, count is equal to 1, count less than 5. So this is a format string. So we have printed the value of the count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and at the last we have printed the statement that loop end. Now I want everyone to try this exercise. So I am pasting the exercise questions in the chat box also. Yeah, star is a character. It is not any. It is not about wildcard. It is any character. So the first question is print multiplication table of any number entered by user 1 to 10. So user should enter any number 1 to 10 and you should give the table of that particular number. And the second question is find the sum of all even numbers from 1 to 50. So 1 to 50 all even numbers, you should give the sum of all those even numbers. Write your code in the chat box. Complete code, not just the looping statement. Write the complete code. See, I can give you the hint. Like we want to ask from the user that which number table you want to print. For that, num is equal to int input. So input function we have already discussed yesterday. So we can have a string. Okay. Then for I in range 1 to 11, so we want to print multiplication table till 10, 1 to 10. So format string will be num into I. So here we should replace it with what we should write here in the curly braces. Write in chat. What we should write over here. Num into I. Num multiplication with I. So its value will be computed and it will be replaced. Okay. So second question, sum of even numbers. For n in range 1 to 51, if now the condition is if n modulus if n modulus 2 is equal to 0, then total is equal to total plus. So if we run these two codes, in the first, let us suppose we want to have a table of 8. See, 8 into 1, 8, 8 to the 16. So likewise, we have complete table of 8 and sum of even numbers. So even numbers between 1 to 50. So this is the sum of even numbers between 1 to 50. Is it clear to everybody? That how we are using for loop and while loop? Okay. Now moving ahead. So there are some built-in data structures also that are provided in Python. So looping we have discussed. Then we have some data structures. Now what do you mean by data structure? Now variable we have discussed that variable is an entity or is a placeholder or some value holder space. Okay, so if we want to store some data temporary, then we can have a variable in the program. But when we want to use that particular memory efficiently, okay, then we can have certain criteria to arrange that particular memory. Okay, so that memory arrangement is with the help of data structure. So data structure means while you are executing the program and you want to efficiently use the memory, then we can like use certain data structures which can help us in achieving this particular goal. So in Python we have lists. So lists are mutable data structure. Mutable means they can be changed after the creation. Like we have created the list, then we can change the list. Okay, we can append in the list something new, we can remove from the list, we can sort the list, we can pop out something from the list. For example, in Python, so lists are created using scare braces. So in scare braces, whatever you are writing with comma separated, so this will be a part of list. So here we have written 3 strings. Okay. So if I copy this particular code for list and tuples, if I execute this, now see, list print see, we have created a list with apple, banana, cherry. Now we have used a function which is append function to append something new in the list. If I print list after this, if I comment all these statements, hash, I've yesterday discussed that we can comment statements or the code statements using hash. So if I execute this, see, so we have appended a new value, that is date, in the list. So the new list is with 4 values. The earlier list was having 3 values. Okay. Now if I want to append something new also, I can append it later on also. So fruit dot append any other value, grapes. Okay. Now if I print it, fruits. See, we have a new list, this, with grapes. Okay. Now if I execute this line, fruits dot remove banana. So this means now if we want to remove banana from list, so let me print this list afterwards after removing. So now see, banana is removed. Now if I want to sort this list, and let me print it after sorting. See, in lexicographical order means dictionary order, so this list will be sorted. Okay. Now last is equal to fruit dot pop. If I execute this and print the value of last, see, at the last of the list we have grapes. Okay, so we got this value. Now we can access list with this also, like value is equal to fruit print value. See, here the final list after sorting is this list: apple, cherry, date and grapes. After that we have popped the last value. So to pop actually helps you to retrieve the last value of the list. So grapes in the last variable. Now value is equal to fruit1. So this index means, so we can write start from 0. So index value start from 0. 0 means the first value. So you will get the first value of the list. If we write 1, you will get the second element in the list. So means you can fetch the data from the list using this index, and if this index starts from 0. Is it clear to everybody? Any doubt in list? So lists are mutable and they are ordered. That is why ordered? Order means we can index them 0, 1, 2, 3. So based on this index, we can retrieve the value of the elements in the list. Is it clear to everybody?
Yes, sir, we have got a lot of yes.
Okay, thank you. So now moving ahead with tuples. So tuple is ordered. It is similar to order, means we can use indexes with tuples, but it is immutable. Means once the tuple is created, we cannot change the tuple. So what do you mean by this? So see, we have created a tuple. Okay. Now if I want to append something in the tuple, so color dot, see, fruit was a list object. So list, it was a list. So if I write fruit dot, so see, so many functions are available: count, append, clear, copy, extend. Why? Because it is mutable. We can change it after the creation. So that is why a lot of functions are available with lists. But in case of tuples, see, if I write dot after colors, only we can count it and we can check the index. Other operation append, like append, remove, and other operations that were available with list, they are not available with tuples. That is why they are immutable, that we cannot change them after they are created. Okay. So this is about list and tuples. So tuples are created with these parentheses and lists are created with square braces. Okay. Now we can execute the code here. So here we have created a student list. So we have given different names in the list. Now we have retrieved the values in the list. Like if I print this, see, if we are simply writing the list name, then we are retrieving the complete list. If I am writing 0, it means I have already mentioned, it means this is the first value or the index term. So Ria, we have retrieved Ria. Student -1. -1 means, so if it is 0, it is 1, it is 2, it is 3, it is 4 from this direction. From opposite direction, it is -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. So if I write -1, it means it will give me Neha as a output. So we have a output as Neha. Now we can even give the range of values. So this is list. This concept is known as list slicing. So slicing means we have a list, we want to slice it out. Okay, we only want particular values, we don't want complete list. Okay, so students 1:4. So 1:4 means one, the value at the 1 index. 1 index is Aman, value at 2 index Priya, value at 3 index Vikram, and value at 4 index will not be included. So it is like a range function. So 1 is included, but 4 is not included. So we will go up to 3. 1, 2, 3. So we will include 3 indexes over here. Okay, if I am not writing anything, I am just giving colons. See, it is retrieving Riya, Aman, Priya, Vikram, Neha. Means original complete string is, or complete list is retrieved if I am not writing anything. Okay. Now there is a function len. Len is to fetch that what is the length of the list. So this is a predefined function. Okay. So how many elements are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So length will give output as 5. So the list has 5 values or 5 data elements. Is it clear? Now we are modifying the list. So this is the student list. Now how to modify it? Student.append, student.insert. So see, append means this function will append. If we are writing append, we need not to provide at which index we need to insert this particular value, because append will insert the value at the last only. Append means at the last, and insert function means we are giving the index term that we want Rohan to be inserted at 2. Okay, now student dot remove. So remove, we are simply giving the value that we want to remove. Okay, student dot pop. Pop will fetch the last value of the string. Okay, and student dot sort we have already discussed. Sort alphabetically. Okay. So we can see use list in this way also. So we have created a list of numbers 1 to 10. Now here we are using a variable scares, but this scare variable is not a normal variable. It is a list variable. See, If we hover over the variable, so this collab interface will provide you the type of variable it is. So if we simply keep your cursor over here, so it is giving variable squares, it is list type. Okay. So here we are creating a list, and in the list we are not providing any number, but we are giving some computation. We are asking interpreter to compute something. What it is computing? N to the power of 2, n to the power. So this 2 star means power of 2. And how many times it will do? For n in numbers. कितनी बार करना है? जितनी बार ये हमें नंबर इसके अंदर मिले. So if we have 10 elements over here, so it will run for 10 times. So first is 1 to the power 2, second time 2 to the power 2, 3 to the power 2, 4 to the power 2. Okay. Now get only even numbers. See, n. So this evens is a list of even number n, and for n in numbers. So in this list, if n modulus 2 is equal to 0, then only you will give this number n. We have provided the condition only also, and we have given the for loop. So this is how, this is the beauty of list, that we in a single statement we are giving so many instructions in between the list. So if I execute this code, see, with this single statement you are getting a list of square of all these numbers, and you are getting even numbers out of all these numbers. Is it clear to everybody? Should I repeat this? Okay. So here we have created a list of numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have a list, and we have created a new list, but in this list we have not provided any data or any value. Okay, we have given a code statement in this list that it should compute. Okay, now what it should compute? N to the power 2. Now n, from where it should get n? It should get n for n in numbers. So in is a membership operator. So every time it will get a number from this numbers, 1 in numbers, 2 in numbers, 3 in numbers, 4 in numbers, so on up to 10 in numbers. So that is why 1 to the power 2, 2 to the power 2, 3 to the power 2. So we have a new list with square of all these numbers in this particular list. Now second, we want to get only even numbers. So for even numbers, n, we want n for n in numbers. Now numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so on up to 10. And for even, we want n only if this condition is satisfied. This condition will be satisfied only if the number is even. N modulus 2 is equal to 0 will be, this modulus will give remainder. So n modulus 2, the remainder with when we divide any number with 2 will be 0 only if the number is even. Otherwise it will give 1 as a remainder. What about the colon? Where colon? See,
or must end with colon.
Yeah, here we are not retrieving anything. Here we are creating a list, new list. Once these two new lists are created, now you can use the columns like squares, like print here's 1:3. See, 1:3 means value at index 1. Value at index 1 is 4. Then value at index 2, which is 9. 3 will not be included. Then that's why we only have 4 and 5. So these steps are for creation of the list. After the list is created, you can retrieve it, you can append it, you can use any functions that we have here discussed here. But what I am focusing over here is we can create list with these statements also, with code inside the list also. Is it clear? Okay. Now moving ahead with tuples. See, we are creating a tuple Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So all the days. Then we have mentioned a tuple of coordinates. Okay, latitude and longitude for Delhi. RGB colors, red, 25. Okay. So what we are doing over here, see, if we are just writing days, it is printing complete tuple. If we are writing days of 0, so it will give the value at index 1 or index 0. That is Monday. Days 5 colon, nothing is written. Now it will start with 5. So index 5 is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 is Saturday. And after colon we have not provided any number, means the leftover element should be also included. So Saturday and Sunday. Okay. Then coordinates. So these coordinates are displayed. Days dot count Monday. Now in days, see, if we have Monday 2 times, and if I execute this, see, count of Monday. So this count function will give you the value, how many times a particular value is there in this particular tuple. So Monday is 2 times, that is why it is giving value 2. Earlier it was giving value 1 because it was only 1 time. Its occurrence is 1 time. Okay. Now index of when we can have the index of a particular value, that at which particular index this particular value is there. So days dot index. So Wednesday is at 0, 1, 2. So Wednesday is at second index. So index of Wednesday, that is 2. Count of Monday and index of Wednesday. So we got this value. Okay. Then we have a format string. So which is showing the latitude and the longitude part. So in the curly braces we have mentioned latitude and longitude. See, the tuple has only 2 values. So we have here this side we have created two variables and we have separated them with comma. So these are two variables and we have given the value of coordinates, this tuple, to these two variables using this. So this concept is known as tuple unpacking. So if there are three elements, you can mention three variables here. If there are four elements in the tuple, you can mention four variables over here. So based on like which value comes first, its value will be placed in the variable. Its mapping will be done just like this. First variable, first value. Second variable, second value. Okay. Now see, tuples are immutable. See, days is equal to, so we are trying to change the value at index 0. So at index 0 we have value MON, but we want to replace it with this string Monday. So this statement will not be executed. So this will fail and it will give you error. Tuple object cannot support item assignment. You cannot change a tuple. Is it clear to everybody? Okay. So tuple is clear, list is clear. Okay. So these are two data structures that are defined in Python. Okay. Then we have another data structure which is dictionary. So in tuple and list, the main thing you need to understand is list is mutable and tuple is immutable. But both are ordered, means we can index them. Okay. Then we have dictionaries and sets. So dictionary means when we have a key value pair. Key value pair means like we can create a dictionary using this. Let me give you this with example. See here dictionary. So for dictionary means we have something in the form of key and value. So key, here name is given as key and its value is given over here. Similarly, another key, age, then its value 16. Another key, grade, then its value. Okay. So in between the curly braces, so this is a complete one value. So complete one value will be in the form of key and value pair. Okay. So if we write student names, if we are writing only the key name, so you will get in return the value of this corresponding to this particular key. So student dot get. So using get function also, you are retrieving the value of this corresponding to this particular key. Now using for loop also you can retrieve all the key value pairs. How? for key comma value in is a membership operator in this student dictionary dot items. So this dot items is a function name which is used. So this dot items is used to segregate key and value separately. Otherwise in dictionary they are binded as one entity together. But this dot items helps you to segregate, okay, key and value. So that we can print this key separately and value separately. So here see the name first key, the value Maya second, that is value, the second key age, the value 16, then grade, then the value A. So here you are displaying using this for loop. Is it clear to everybody that how dictionary works? Next is set. So set is unordered collection, okay, of data. So set stores unique elements, okay. So dictionary is mutable, no duplicate keys, stores key value pairs, sets stores unique elements, and it is unordered and mutable. So in sets we cannot have duplicate entities, okay. So let me run this code. See, set A, set B. So how set is created? In between curly braces. So this is set A, this is set B. So set A. So there are three popular operations that we can perform on sets. That is union, intersection, and difference. So union of these two sets means, so they will remove the duplicate and keep one value from each set, and then we have a union of set. Intersection means the common values, the common elements, that is 3 4 3 4. Okay, so what is difference of set A minus set B? All the values of A that are not in B. All the values of A that are not in B. 3 4 are in B, so we got 1 2. So these three operators, this is pipe operator is for union, okay. Then this and operator, single and operator is for intersection when used with the sets, and this minus operator is for difference. Is it clear to everybody? Hello? Is it clear to everybody? Okay. Now moving ahead. So there's an exercise. Create list of 5 numbers, find the maximum, minimum, and sum, okay, from that particular list. Then create a dictionary of 3 countries and their capitals. Give 2 sets of hobbies for 2 friends and find common hobbies. So I am writing the questions in the chat box. Just give me the code. Let me execute one of the code that is in the chat box. Yeah, max. So one list is created. So using this max function, okay, min function and then sum function, we got the values. So very good. I hope you all can do these three questions now. Now there's a mini project for all of you. So you need to create a smart grade calculator. So the goal is to take marks of 5 subjects, calculate total and percentage, then grade A plus A, B, C or fail based on the marks that student is getting, and subject with highest and the lowest marks we should mention, and the student is pass or fail, that status we should display. Even if you are using ChatGPT, but still you should understand the code well. If you understand that what is the meaning, then only you will be able to better debug the code. ChatGPT will not give you the complete code. Sometimes it will give errors also. So you should understand the basics of the code, then only you will be able to debug it. Okay, so meanwhile you're trying, I'm just giving you the overview of basics of machine learning, because I have covered the basics of Python. With you.
Sir, can we ask the participants that whether will it not be too much for them? I mean, whether they are interested for doing the projects, and I mean they can try it at their own. And machine learning can be taken up at some other workshop or on some other day. We'll send them the invite because it'll be too much for them to understand. Yeah.
Sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
Nidhi Math says interested in ML. So some other day we can schedule because it's again a very in-depth topic.
Yeah,
So we would like that for the next workshop when this is covered.
sure, ma'am.
You little strengthen the participants can strengthen their Python, and then it will be better to for them to understand machine learning. What do you say, sir?
Sure, ma'am. I'm comfortable in any way. As far as participants are comfortable, I'm okay.
Are we getting yes? So please write your opinions in the chat. Sir has so yes for some other day on machine learning, right?
Yes, I think, ma'am, they can clear their doubts for
Yes.
5-10 minutes. That will be more helpful.
Yes.
And what is there in Python for the next sessions,
Hmm.
maybe that can be told so that they can join with us again next week or later on, whenever we are planning to have it soon.
Correct. Because if you are not very comfortable with Python, machine learning would be little tough for you. So let's cover the Python first. Yeah.
I'll unmute their mics, so if they want to ask something, they can ask now.
I hope everybody is clear with whatever we have covered so far. So we have covered the basics of that how to create simple variables. We have covered that how conditional statement works, how looping statement works, how to create basic data structures like list, tuples, dictionary sets, what is the basic difference between these data structures, and how we can use them. Now, when you will be like creating all these mini projects that I have given you, you will better understand all these concepts. So try to make all these projects on your own. Do not take help from ChatGPT or any other online resource. It will be more helpful for you. I can understand that in the era of like AI, you can create code for using ChatGPT and all this, but at least you should understand at this level, you should understand the basics of the code. Then only you will be able to understand that whether the ChatGPT has created correct code or not.
Sir, we will practice this, whatever you have taught. And if we found some doubt in this week, then how can we connect with you?
You can simply drop me a mail, or you can connect with Rajni ma'am or Bridging Future.
This WhatsApp group will be active for this week and even beyond that. So you can put your doubts here, no problem.
I'm sharing my mail ID.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Sir, can you just tell them little bit introduction that what we are going to have for the machine learning discussion? Yes.
Yeah, I can share the slide. So in machine learning, basically, I mean, we want machines and computers to learn their own. Like whatever we have discussed so far, we are explicitly giving instructions, we are making the rules. And in machine learning, we want machine to understand from the data and to extract the rules from the data. Okay, so this is the basic difference between traditional programming and machine learning. So in traditional programming, we have data and we create certain rules using conditional statement, looping statements, and other statements. Then computer execute these statements on this code using this particular data, and then you get the output. So this is traditional programming. But in machine learning, we have a particular algorithm, okay, which is a machine learning algorithm, which understands the hidden patterns in the data, and it makes a model, and it stores the hidden patterns in the form of model or rules. And if we give some new data to this learned model, it will be able to give the output. So this is the basic concept of machine learning. Okay, so in machine learning, there are two types: supervised, unsupervised learning. So we will be covering in detail that what is supervised learning, what is unsupervised learning. Okay, then we will have an overview of a very popular algorithm, machine learning algorithm, that is linear regression. So what is linear regression, how it is useful, what is loss, okay, and how this particular linear regression algorithm is used in day-to-day life, okay, like in house price prediction, in understanding and evaluating the models, what performance parameters are used. Like for linear regression, we have certain performance parameters like R square, mean square error. What is the importance of these two performance parameters? So we will be understanding this. So we will understand that what are the key packages like scikit-learn is already defined package, which helps in like using the already predefined functions for machine learning. Okay, then we can like use linear regression for student marks prediction also. Okay, so we will discuss this particular case study also. Then we will discuss the complete AI ecosystem, that how AI has developed so far. Like now we are all talking about chat GPT, LLMs, RNNs. So how they have evolved over the period of uh, uh, time, over the years. Okay, so like initially we have artificial intelligence as a very broad domain. Then from this, machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence. And in machine learning, these are the popular algorithms that we were using, like decision trees, support vector machine, random forest, linear regression. Okay, then deep learning, this is neural networks which are part of machine learning. Then in deep learning we have like the concept of chat GPT, RNN, CNN. All these are subparts of deep learning. Okay, so these we will be covering in detail. So we will discuss that what are the different career paths in AI ML. So we have data scientist roles, we have ML engineer roles in industry, AI researcher, data analyst, NLP engineer, computer vision engineer. So there are other profiles also, like recently we have prompt engineers also. Okay, and particular profiles are there corresponding to the LLM that we are using recently. Okay, so these all things we will be covering in machine learning.
Thank you so much, sir, for such an insightful session.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for inviting me.
Even if we are not from the computer science background, we were able to understand many things. So it was really a very 2 days were a great learning experience. I'm sure for all the participants and especially our young students, they were quite enthusiastic. And you also handled them quite patiently and solving all their queries and helping them and guiding them in this workshop. Though it was online, but still, I hope those who were serious participants, they must have gained a lot through these 2 days session.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for
Thank you.
inviting me. And I hope all the students will go with something and they will learn something further.
How was your experience of teaching to the school students for the first time? Many of our school students.
So I have an experience of teaching university students. So generally, university students don't ask so many questions. So we have a habit of only delivering the lectures, and there are only few questions. But I'm happy to see that students are really like,
but they are more enthusiastic than college students, let me tell you.
yeah.
Yeah. So, dear participants, I have just posted the feedback link on the chat box. I would all request you to fill your feedback on the workshop. Thank you, sir. Thank you once again from the team Bridging Futures. Yeah, Dr. Rashi wants to say, please unmute yourself, Dr. Rashi.
Oh, okay. I would request all the participants to switch on their cameras so that we can have a group picture at least. So, thank you, Rajni ma'am. And we all thank you on behalf of Bridging Futures.